5, and we head straight into it, Jack. Let's see. TyLoo hot after the upset versus Fnatic on this map. Obviously, they then went on to lose 0-2 to Heroic, 0-2 as well to Renegades to go out in the Groups of Star Series. Can they have a resurgence into IEM Katowice and start the day hot with the upset versus Cloud9?
Well, let's take a bite into this one and get it started. TyLoo, hot off the presses, want to go thick and fast in towards the B site, it seems, as the charge will be led by somebody on the entry. Tags up Automatic with the first few tags, but Stewie, with a beautiful bludgeon there, fires back through, takes down somebody. Flashbang peek from Automatic as well, could be successful, but DD had other ideas in mind. Skadoodle with a headshot back on towards DD. It's a bloodbath towards this B site. Vientet, the last man left standing, pistol whips him with a Glock, but he's still going to find 2 more CTs as things start to slow down.
This round is feasible here for Vientet, but as I say that, goes for the crouch peek, loses out the duel versus Rush. Bomb was planted though, so a consolation, what, $800 per player has been injected into the bank balance here across the board for TyLoo. So now we can see the scenario where they save into round number 2, Jack. They buy into round number 3, and they could have the better buy into that first buy round as well. I mean, typically, you're buying your FAMASs, your SMGs into the second round. Heading into round number 3, TyLoo will have AKs, potentially versus the SMGs from Cloud9. The only cause for concern here for the Chinese team, or, you know, Singapore as well for BNT and Accurate, but the cause for concern is what happens if Cloud9 have 5 players staying alive, and the SMGs rack up all that cash into the buy rounds, Cloud9 win that one, and suddenly they have an abundance of economy to work with. Going into their CT side, they're going to have so many tools at their disposal.
Spread fairly fit into this one as well, as it appears with the setup they're going for. No real utility, but it seems like they do want to try and go for that apps burst towards the A site. Just lurking as well, waiting to see if there was going to be any flank from the rear. Captain Mo would have been the one in charge of that. Tariq setup. MP9. This should just be an absolute fiesta with a weapon. Just really get himself some cash flow and put him into a good position. 1:20 left on the clock as they take that control, but they have been spotted. The read is there.
Not only have they been spotted towards apps, Jack, you can see the aggression towards Banana. Stewie 2K now has the position towards top of Banana. Jump spotting that one. He has that information towards B. Skadoodle finding the first frag as well versus the unarmored Accurate. And that may be foreshadowing, Jack, the eventual duel we have with the snipers later on.
Oh, Automatic as well, just waiting for the right time to peek as him and Tariq will try and deal some damage. They find those frags fairly successfully. There's only 2 casualties as Skadoodle and Automatic go down, but that's not too bad. You maximize the cash flow on the SMGs, you get yourself into a pretty good position, and you pick up the round. So TyLoo now, as it looks like they want to go for a technical pause as there has been a slight issue.
3 players surviving for Cloud9. So they can obviously hold on to the weapons that saved, because Skadoodle and Automatic going to be forced to reimburse themselves. Invest into the M4 already. So for TyLoo, the buy will come out, as I said before, into round number 3. AK is coming into the foreground.
It looked like there was a bit of a struggle there for Stewie to get the lid off his little shaker.
Ooh,
He was really putting the effort into it.
I didn't see. I was looking at the other monitor, mate. I was looking at the money, looking at all the boring.
I was focusing on the important things, mate.
Yeah, I was looking at the boring stuff. But back to the boring stuff. Obviously, for TyLoo, buying into round number 3, how much is that Capri Sun?
No, he just stabbed it with a... You know what the worst thing about Capri Suns is? You know when you stab your way through and it goes all the way to the back?
Oh, and it leaks everywhere.
The straw, it's not good. I think it was beef jerky.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Is that what he chews on? You know, he's always chewing on
Oh,
something.
no, I remember from the Asian Minor now.
He's always chewing on something.
Yeah, there was something.
Huh. Well.
Interesting. It's been passed along, is it?
Is it?
There's more. No, that's Sinners.
Oh, okay. It must have been like inverted in ears or some issue with that. Anyway, what was I talking about before? Yeah. Going into the first buy round into round number 3, TyLoo, in terms of cash, it's going to be diminished. It's going to be low. Utility is going to be scarce for the T side, and their options are therefore going to be limited. They can't go for these long, drawn-out defaults where they can put pressure towards B, put pressure towards middle, force Cloud9 back onto the sites, cause them to lack information, then you can set up your executions upon that or make your mid-round call depending on what the setup is from Cloud9. Instead, if you've only got 2 or 3 smokes or a lack of Molotovs, it's hard to go for that big execute. If you lack flashbangs as well, it's going to be very easy for an AWPer or the CT side holding angles to wreak havoc against yourself.
Well, it seems like the issue has been sorted, and we're going to be getting back into the action here as we continue on with this best of one between Cloud9 and TyLoo. Cloud9 obviously with 2 rounds in the bank. Let's see if TyLoo can now start to switch things up and come back in strong as they look to defy them with the AK buy coming through.
Well, HE's thrown out towards mid, already doing about, what, 80 damage aggregately across the board to 2 of the players from TyLoo, and they're going to be meeting that artillery fire back with aggression with these AKs as they make their way up mid.
Talking about Inferno as well, obviously towards bottom banana, instantly with a double Molotov, that utility usage coming through as it just slows them down so much, tunnels them towards mid. Look how much damage has been done from HE's alone into this round.
Entry from somebody in towards pit onto Tarek. As he jumps that balcony coming in towards pit position as they march their way up quad. But look at the retaliation from Cloud9 as they come in from banana, but it's Rush.
He might be getting Rush, but he isn't going to take a second to go down as he gets the first frag. Bientet will fire it back through onto him. It's just automatic. And Stewie left now, trying to work together as a unit. Stewie on the first peek. Bientet is covering the angle, so he needs to be ready for him to try and execute with the AK. Spots the head, but couldn't quite tap it down. Waits for the correct time to peek as well. They have one flash. That's the only utility they have, so they need to peek together and work round. Accurate has been eliminated, but there's somebody firing back through. Bientet can trade for his teammate as well, and TyLoo get the round.
2-1. Skadoodle with the initial frag. Early damage as well. Tags down the players from TyLoo. But as soon as Skadoodle goes down, somebody with the incredible entry as well onto Tarek as he catches him trying to leave balcony, drops off balcony, trying to go back in towards pit side. Obviously somebody hearing the sound cue as the jump being made, pounces on Tarek when he was unexpecting it, and nets themselves the entries towards the A side. And TyLoo in the 2 versus 3 don't let it slip when they had the player advantage. Now for Cloud9, it's a bare bones buy. Shotgun for Skadoodle, UMP, 2 CZs, M4 as well. They have the defuse kit, but only going to be 1 Molotov to work with and 3 smokes. So in terms of utility, TyLoo have a massive advantage into this one.
Making their play here once again as they set themselves up towards mid. Wait and see if there's going to be any aggression coming through from Cloud9. In terms of the buy as well, they're restricted in range. It's just a UMP and an M4. Skadoodle does don the Mag 7 though. So let's see if he can make a little bit of a show for us with his shotgun.
Contact play up mid. Could be a flashbang in the hands here from Cloud9 as they anticipating the peak and the slow concept play come from TyLoo. They know there's going to be no up onto Skadoodle. They can walk up arch uncontested and try and wrap around the pistols and the Mag 7s.
Skadoodle though, if he finds a frag on Bientet, it would be huge. That would have been the bomb down on the ground. Bientet with the double entry. Rush as well, unable to stop the push, as they'll be eliminated in seconds. They've worked their way back through. Once again, found a gap in the defense towards the A site and run away with it. Automatic just playing on the close angle outside of Arch here, seeing if there's going to be any potential hunting going on for the side of TyLoo, and he can take them down. But right now, they're playing it smart and just staying in their positions, waiting for this round. They don't want to risk losing anything.
So we are going to see an equalised scoreline, 2-2. As the bomb will eventually expire. Automatic playing for those exit frags and consolation kills. Maybe going to try and get his hands on a weapon if someone does come in his general direction. But now, 2-2. 2 players surviving. As they are going to have $2,000-ish across the board for Cloud9. So there should be a free round essentially for TyLoo. 2-2 now going into round number 5. Money is going to be scarce for Cloud9. Only 2 players saving, so only 2 players able to invest into Kevlar. Stewie has good utility though, Jack, so we could be seeing some aggression towards Banana if they can smoke the end or maybe go for a late Banana take. Obviously, try and force TyLoo up Banana, smoke the bottom, go for a flashbang and quarantine TyLoo behind that smoke and rush them down with pistols. But it seems that we're seeing more of a default coming out here. Stewie is towards B though with the UMP and grenades.
Stewie's going for the jump spot as well. Double molly gone through. That's the smart nade from Stewie. This is what I wanted to see, these consistent nades. They're dealing so much damage at the start of every round on the banana contact. So very well played from Stewie. Maximizes the use of that one as he goes for the push round as well. Stewie doubles it up, finds a frag from the back of it as he takes down Bientet and gets away.
Boost towards CT as well from Stewie. He is onto low HP. Can play the elevated angle, hoping that TyLoo don't check it. Don't expect it. Try and find a second frag with that UMP and baits the peak as well from automatic. And look at this play here from Cloud9. Stewie is low, has the CZ because he drops the UMP over to the full HP player on automatic. Has Kevlar as well. And TyLoo walk into the trap of Cloud9.
They push their way through, but they've got to fight through the fire and the flames. DD unable to deal double damage today as he goes down. Automatic swiftly and systematically eliminating them one by one as it just comes down to Accurate and somebody. They're being tagged up as well. Somebody only on 50 HP. They're going to have to commit to the bomb plant now as they try and force the fake, and it's a smart play. They draw them out, but it's only Accurate left. And Accurate, unfortunately, wasn't that.
Wow. Cloud9, or should I say Stewie and Automatic towards that B bomb site. Initially, Stewie jump spotting towards Banana, spots 3 heads from TyLoo, chucks out the HE, connects so much damage.
Well, this is the thing. The HE towards Banana is such a critical piece of equipment because the amount of damage it can do. Displayed very well there from the fact that everyone was tagged up. You've hit 3 players with it and gotten them into a critical position in terms of their health. Yeah,
and then Flash peeks Banana, gets the first frag, he's low HP, swaps the UMP over to Automatic. He can then play the elevated angle booster towards CT. And if they go 1-for-1, Jack, it's a 5 vs 2 essentially, like exactly what we saw. Great play from Cloud9 as they show us why they are the current major champions. This time trying to connect the same damage again, but doesn't really do as much as last time. But still, the thought is there.
Yeah, obviously still tagging them up, going for the same effect overall, but just the execution didn't work as well as he wanted it to. You've got 3 rifles coming through. They're going to need to be some artists with their AKs, though, if they want to find success on the entry this time around. Bientet as well, having a listen to see if he can gain ever further information towards the site, as the smoke will go down to force them down as they push through it, but they're just being tagged up. They can't push together as a unit. They're deciding whether or not they want to go for it. They're caught in between everything. And you can see second-guessing themselves does not work out well. Just Bientet remaining with 22 HP as he's trapped. 4 players from that side of Cloud9 have rotated over. They have a Molotov in their kit as well, but it's going to be the HE that deals the damage as Tariq bowls it through and knocks him down.
4-2 then, as we now head into round number 7. And the money isn't looking good for TyLoo. $2,000 across the board, aggregately here for TyLoo. So it should be the save coming out. You can see, you know, some light investments in terms of upgraded pistols. CZ there just for DD. Captain Mo with the Deagle. Actually, we've seen a lot of highlight players from Captain Mo with that Deagle. And now being the secondary AWP, he can actually, you know, invest into those Deagles and CZs on these sorts of buys.
That is true. It'll be interesting to see if we see any of that come through. But right now his teammates are slowly just being executed here as the push comes in. It's a crunch from Cloud9, playing with confidence, and confidence pays off. Everyone will crumble. And that is a flawless round for C9 as well. They get through it scot-free.
But back into the bar rounds here, Jack, and where things get interesting. No AWP again for Accurate, I believe. Yep, 5 AKs again. Utility as well is decent. They have 4 smokes to work with, 1 Molotov as well. So if they were to go for the B execution, they can Molotov towards first or second oranges, or maybe towards the back boxes or towards dark as well, if they wanted to. So there is, you know, the potential for execution. Skidoo getting aggressive here, uncharacteristic potentially, but that could be a sign of the oozing confidence from Cloud9.
Yeah, you wonder if that's come back to bite him there as well. Obviously, they get the read from the back of it, as he will have to fall through. So once again, TyLoo on the aggro as they start to tiptoe their way towards the safe site. They found success. They have actually been able to execute fairly effective takes towards A. It just depends if they're going to be able to do it once again now.
4 players towards the A site here from Cloud9. Stewie boosted up towards the wall at top of Banana. Means he has early information, can spot out all the players from TyLoo if they do make their way towards B. Allows for the extra rotation now from Automatic in towards the A site.
As they want to try and go for this play. Accurate with a tactical turtleneck. He's ready to try and find these frags, but let's see if they'll gift him an opportunity.
It's cold here in Poland, mate. -17, I believe it was last night, so gonna be respecting the turtleneck, but let's see as they turtle in towards middle and they walk into the blender.
Yeah, it's too little too late. Their shell's been broken as they've started to be punished. Oh, Rush as well with a ferocity on display. Finds that frag. Bientet and DD, they've got to rotate all the way around to B. It needs to be now, but there's a man there waiting for him.
If there's a silver lining here for TyLoo, it's the fact that there's no Molotov or smoke for Stewie. Just a flashbang to work with as he plays towards Coffin.
I tell you what, he has got those snods. An AK in his hands, and he knows how to spray, but this time, he isn't going to find success. He goes down. Bientet with the first entry as the bomb is planted.
Bomb planted for Coffin. No players towards Banana here for TyLoo, so the bomb not being in the best scenario here for TyLoo, but it all comes down to Bientet towards Ruin.
Yeah, Bientet just needs to Find these kills as the push comes around. Flashbang to blind him. He wasn't playing anti-flash. The peek from Automatic as he bounded around, but he didn't really clear the angle. Allows BNTet that frag. He's going to try and do to them what they did to him. Give them a taste of their own medicine. As Skadoodle, he's forced into an awkward scenario. He's missing the shots into this one. It's Whiff City right now as he cannot connect them. But luckily Rush can. Finds the first headshot, brings it back into a 1v1. Skadoodle with the angle. He needs to land the shot. Jumps on the bomb. If BNTet doesn't face, he'll get the round. But he finds it. Connects the headshot. Barely, though, in the nick of time as he was able to re-peek. Skadoodle, what was going on there?
Yeah, I mean, he landed a tag on the player towards Dark, but apart from that, uncharacteristic misses from Skadoodle. And I will give TyLoo a chance back into this one. Obviously, a 4 versus 2. Stewie gives up the B-bomb site in the retake as well. I mean, usually when you plant towards Coffin, you're expecting a after plant position towards Banana. You can jiggle around those positions. You can bait from Cubby and whatnot. But instead towards Ruin, Bent in front of the frag early on to set up that 2 versus 2.
It's so effective, though. I mean, this really does allude to what you were saying earlier. The fact that utility usage is key on Inferno. Double Molotov consistently. They burn so much time off the clock. They get the read, but Stewie, just with the timing, unfortunately unable to really get the benefit off of that one.
Molotov as well towards the top of Banana here from TyLoo, so they can try and warden off Stewie's ADBP as they can gain control towards top Banana. And now you can see they have control towards top of Banana. They've forced Cloud9 back on towards the site. They should resituate themselves back towards mid now, Jack, and take mid control. Leave one player alone towards B. That's going to be Captain Mo. Take mid control and leave Cloud9 guessing as to where TyLoo will eventually going to commit.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. You've done the hard part. C9 have been very effective being able to keep full Banana control into the majority of these rounds, as it is a push towards the A, but it seems like they're going to try and coax them into a snafu, Snods. Ruse them a little bit.
Double AWP setup as well from Cloud9, a thing we forgot to mention early on. Obviously, versus FaZe at Atlanta. That was the set player that really divided themselves between that star-studded roster. As the smoke comes in, another uncharacteristic miss here, but lands the second shot.
Yeah, Stewie backs it up, the peek from somebody as well, as Automatic just sprays his way through, and the support from his brother in arms is deadly. As everyone goes down, there's the response from Stewie. As Captain Mo is just left alive at 36 HP, the smoke's the only thing that's keeping him alive right now, as he's shrouded and hidden. He can stay alive, but it won't be for long. Time's going to tick down. At least they'll give him the additional bonus. They're not going to wait and play with him, toy with their food, and then kill him after time.
Frustration now for TyLoo when you think about this, Jack. You've now just seen the double AWP setup from Cloud9. So right now you want to be calling, okay, the AWPing B, let's potentially smoke the top of Banana or deny Banana control from Cloud9, take mid control, take Banana control safely with utility, execute upon the B bomb site and use utility to counter the AWP from Stewie. The problem is you have no cash left. TyLoo have been reset back onto $1,500 each as the money is now scarce. The difference or the disparity between these two teams is only going to grow. This should be the 7th, maybe even 8th rounds here for Cloud9 if they can chain 2 more against the pieces from TyLoo.
The issue is as well, I was just going to say, Captain Mo really is the only potential they have. He's got the Deagle. He definitely can be deadly with it. He's shown in the past how many rounds he can open up just off his individual strength for the weapon. And he will get the first frag. Somebody as well going to move up, going to play the close angle. We'll see if there's going to be a late round push on the rotate. If he can cash Automatic off guard. If he finds that free AWP, it'd be incredible. But obviously it's just going to be the gamble. The rest of his teammates setting up towards A. They have no utility though, Snods, so it's got to be dry.
Automatic alone towards the B site with the AWP. Oh, lands the flick as well. 4 versus 4. 50 seconds left to work with here. The bomb still towards middle. Cloud9 going to be bringing in some cavalry, which is in Skadoodle. So both the AWPs actually going to be situated towards the B-bomb side, but actually Automatic switching out the AWP for the AK. A more effective weapon versus the ecos and unarmored opponents. But that does leave Arch completely bare as TyLoo try and exploit the over-rotation from Cloud9 as they make their way towards Archway and they wrap towards the A site.
Yeah, they're going to go for this commit towards the A play. The only thing is, it's going to be Tarek and Rush, both with the M4s that just have so much range to play with. It's going to be easy. They funnel them through as well. The first 2 go down to Tarek. They've got site control at least, but the bomb isn't there. The bomb crumpled away with the rest of the teammates. Tarek's doing it all on his lonesome. DD will fire through with the Glock, but it's only going to be 1 kill. Skadoodle will end his life. And that's another round for Cloud9. 7 now picked up.
Gosh, for TyLoo now, this could be a pause. Do you buy into this one? Do you concede the 8th round already for the City side of Cloud9? Seems like they are going for the quasi. And a high chance we see Cloud9 already win the half, essentially, even if all the rounds go in favor of TyLoo following the next one. It should be, you know, an 8-7 as a bare minimum for C9. CT side here has been strong. The Org as well for Tarek, as they're toying with the food, as you said earlier.
Ooh, they're charging straight in, though. They're going to try and hope for the best. Accurate with the CZ. Finally, he starts to kick off, as he will be able to get those double entries as he roams his way through. The last 3 CTs have to rotate over. You've got a full stack on the site. They can keep it calm, keep it collective, and just try and hold their angles now as well. But there's tons of utility and free kits in play.
All the players rotating in via CT as well, Jack, as the bomb ticks down. They have the defuse going to rush, but the AWPs and the Org are so awkward to use.
Oh, Captain Mo wants to mow them down, but instead it's going to be DD to hit them as he's able to find those frags, and it's just Skadoodle remaining now in the 1 versus 4. It's got to be the save. He doesn't have time to go for this, but he's waiting to see if he can pick them off, pry a little bit more into their economy, and try and force them to run out of cash sooner rather than later. DD runs round, though. Skadoodle, another miss. Looking like he's struggling today. Not on form as we expect to be seeing.
Yeah, but let's be real here, Jack. In terms of, deathmatch and an hour-long warm-up, for example, in their heads, maybe they anticipate the fact that they are going to go through this matchup 100%. Maybe the motivation or the full motivation isn't there. As on paper, this is, rather heavily stacked in favor of the North American side, maybe 75-25. Anyway, round number 12. 7-4, 3-1 advantage now for TyLoo, as actually they don't concede that 8th round for the CT side of Cloud9. Or going to be gifted to Accurate as well for free, essentially, as he collects that off of the corpse from Skadoodle. Well, Apps control coming out now from TyLoo as they leave Banana, Bear. And we see the rotation as well from Automatic as they get a sort of inkling, as they expect fast play towards A, and they're not going to be wrong.
Such an effective angle from Rush as well. All you've got to do is sit and wait. Essentially, you are just going to be able to find those frags every time. Just brutal towards Balcony. 4 players remain on TyLoo as well, Snods. 1 minute and 10 left on the clock. So they want to try and get themselves a 5th round. Cloud9 currently leading with 7 as this round continues.
4 towards the A site, but as I say, that actually Automatic going to be getting second thoughts as he goes back towards B. Skadoodle has early mid control as well with the AWP. Hasn't conceded that just yet. In terms of utility as well as the smoke, dishes out 40 seconds left. Going to be repositioning back towards library, but that gave a second for Captain Mo to realize this.
That's the thing. He heard so much audio there because of the repositioning coming through. He was so close, and this is the all-out warfare as well. Just grouped up, try and hit him where it hurts, work together as a unit. Skadoodle finally comes into effect with the AWP as well. Lands the first, and he continues the damage. Double kill coming out. It's just on Captain Mo. Not today, as Skadoodle gets free.
And there you have it. 8 now for Cloud9. 8-4 going forward into round number 13 as well. And we see the same storyline again, Jack. Just like SK versus Avangard. TyLoo win a round, instantly reset. And now in terms of money, they're going to be forcing into this one. But a tactical timeout being called, and it is 1 of 4, so 3 are still remaining for TyLoo. I like that feature, actually. Even got the
it does look nice.
Timer as well. It does look nice.
It's cute.
It's quite cute, yeah. Anyway. So just to discuss this, for Cloud9, you can see, usually when you do stack 4 towards the A site in terms of being that rotate player on the B-bomb side, obviously it seems like Stewie is the anchor. Automatic is the rotator, coming in and helping Skadoodle towards Arch. And usually it would be Banana control taken by the CT side. They leave one player deep Banana, or with an AWP, for example, towards Banana, that has early information. And that way the player can rotate Arch, that being Automatic. And then if something happens towards B, he has time to rotate back in before the Ts make it on towards the B side. Surprising as well for C9 is they leave Stewie alone towards B, even though they have no presence towards Banana. No early information, they take that gamble, and it seems like the inclination, the instinctive rotations from Automatic have been almost perfect so far.
It's round number 13 though, Snods, as we continue on with this one. Cloud9's defenses look very effective so far. They've been able to counter what TyLoo have thrown at them. Let's see if they can find something out here.
Let's see indeed. 5 players coming in towards middle here from TyLoo. The 4 spy is going to be a scrappy buy at that. Deagle there for Captain Mo. We know how prolific and effective he can be with that Deagle in his hands. CZ for the captain now of this TyLoo side, as Bentep being the cooler, and he's going to try and lead by example with that CZ. Accurate as well, the AWP. But they haven't really given much room to him. I mean, with the AWP, he is towards mid. Going to be holding for the flank as well towards Banana. Probably going to be lining up the flashbang as well as he is towards Vietnam currently. Flashbang being primed. Molotov goes out towards B, trying to see if they can deny any CT aggression if it comes at the right time from C9. But now from TyLoo as the contact play comes ready, as they make their mark in towards A.
Skadoodle, pixel sniffing as he holds the close angle, waiting to try and find the flicks. Gets the first, flies through the fire and the blindness, rather, as he is fighting like Daredevil Snods. He doesn't need no vision as the push comes round. The flashbang out as well as they want to try and continue on with this onslaught, even though they're a man down. Tarek needs to be ready, but Accurate was incredibly fast on the ferocity being displayed. Somebody as well from the sidelines swipes against Skadoodle. Captain Mo comes in to remove Rush, and it's just Automatic and Stewie left, and they are miles away from the action. Going to be forced into a save. They can't do it. TyLoo do get around off the back of the pause.
And there you have it, 8-5. That's such a great smoke from somebody in towards apartments. You saw the smoke allows for the player to jump out apartments, go in towards the hay barrel, peek in towards the side. You saw how bemused and confused that player was on default, thinking, how on earth a player is out quad when my teammate's holding it from apps? How on earth is the player at apartments when I have a player on balcony? Instead, the smoke shrouds the vision just enough to allow for a player to jump on the hay barrels, doesn't overface towards balcony and give position for Rush to see him, and opens up that site in a very effective manner. Cloud9 are left wondering how on earth TyLoo managed to conjure that one up, but it will be 8-5, so going forward now for TyLoo, have they done enough to force an eco potentially for C9, or if it is a force buy coming out from the American side, how weak is their buy going to be?
Yeah, that is true, and more so as well for me, it's just, can TyLoo actually get these back-to-back now? We've seen them have these moments of, you know, greatness. They're going to be able to get some stuff going. You can see they start to get their stride working, and then Cloud9 come back through with a reset. Will this be one of those being repeated once more into this round? Early aggression towards Banana coming in deep. If we see those HEs come through, it could stunt the push, but it's the double Molotov, and Captain Mo is going to be the one scorched and left fairly unhappy with the early opener of this round.
Banana control now in the favor of Cloud9. Smoke as well at the bottom. Do they have any nades to work with? So Stewie still has a smoke, but it looks like it's not going to matter, Jack.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Captain Mo runs back through. He's able to find that early frag, but they do find both of the kills. They double peek towards it. Accurate and Bientet, they find those kills. They can now take B site control if they want. They've got 1 minute and 10 seconds as well.
They have the lurk onto somebody. Somebody can take the 1 versus 1 out towards the A bomb site. Just rushed alone towards A, playing the single box cubby. Along with the UMP as they make their march back up through middle. A minute left on the clock as they revert towards the A site. They can combine from apartments and quad, and it's all down to Rush to hold the site.
He's going to spray his way through him with that SMG, but the close range combat will not go in his favor. Taken down as he gets uppercutted there by DD. Site control taken. TyLoo in the driving seat.
TyLoo are looking sharp on Inferno. When we look back at the bans as well, obviously, TyLoo banning such as Overpass and Mirage, very strong maps for Cloud9. Cobble being banned out for Cloud9, and obviously Cobble is one of the maps in the map pool for C9, but so is Inferno, so pick your poison at that point. TyLoo obviously having a upset performance versus Fnatic on both Cobble and Inferno, so we know it's going to come down to one of those two maps. And C9 obviously felt more comfortable on Inferno, that being the match where they gained their status as Major Champions. We could all cast our minds back to that one. But 8-6 now. As we go into the final round of the first half here, Jack, TyLoo with a resurgence into the latter portions of this map. Obviously, they were 7-3 down at one point, and now we're starting to see some consistency come out from the Chinese and international squad.
Yeah, obviously looking a little bit like TyLoo at first. Then they started to get their heads together, and it's been on the up and up ever since, actually dealing damage. They've got a full buyer to work with as well, so at least they finally have the tools of their trade that are necessary to continue on into this. Round number 15. Let's see if they can get one closer to equalizing this scoreline as we get into the final round of the first half.
Oh, dunk grenade for a third time, even fourth time now from Stewie towards Banana. Nearly 100 points of damage dealt across the board there for TyLoo from that 1 HE. what's been working so far for TyLoo, if we can have a think here, look at the drawing board, it's been somebody lurking towards apartments. Towards the A site, opening that site up. Obviously, we had the crazy 2 versus 4 from TyLoo when they were down 7-3 to begin the momentum they've had now in the latter portion of this first half. But ever since then, somebody towards apartment has been the catalyst for victory and success for TyLoo. This time they're taking the chances, it seems, towards Banana. 55 seconds left as they are getting into position here, potentially just line up some grenades. But they've shown no presence towards the A bomb site, Jack. You can see now Skadoodle, the Arch player, playing in towards Speedway, is closer rotation towards the B site. But now TyLoo putting their grenades, marching and stepping ever closer towards B. Stewie only armed with a fat mass to hold the site.
He's trying to keep them blind and keep the advantage towards them. Automatic with the first, though, off the MP9 spray. Oh, Didi as well. Fights back through. That is a crisp shot. Great connection there to take down Stewie. Skadoodle trying to be elevated up, and he elevates Cloud9 in the round as he gets a double kill as well. Just decimates the opposition on the site, falling now into a 3 versus 2.
Bomb was planted though, and you can see it's planted towards Banana. Accurate here with the AWP, playing such a good position for the bomb. And that might be enough to turn the tides here.
DD though, Snuds. He's a bit of a marksman. You give him a rifle, he's going to run rampant, but he goes down. The MP9 from Automatic was too much to handle. It's all inaccurate with the AWP, but will he get the AWP a hand in this one? Unfortunately not. Rush has rushed him down. The defuse comes through. That's going to be a 9-6 half. Cloud9 taking the lead.
Tough call there from Accurate in that scenario, obviously. Do you play towards Banana or do you play the Cubby with the AWP? You take that first shot. It gets quite awkward into that scenario when you go for the reface. But 9-6, Cloud9 on 9 rounds. Interested to see how this one does eventually concede, but we'll find out shortly, Jack, after a short break.
back, everybody. If you're just joining us, it was a 9-6 half in favor of Cloud9. It looked very effective. I mean, nades for me were the key point overall from that. Stewie was just dunking on people consistently.
Yeah, I mean, usually on Inferno as well, Jack, we're expecting the Molotovs to be the, highlight in terms of utility. Molotovs towards Banana, Molotovs towards mid or towards quad arch to deny the rushes. But instead, as you said before, the HE grenades definitely being worth a $300 investment.
Yeah, Stewie was just a brick wall consistently towards Banana. But now, things will be switching up. We have TyLoo moving over to their CT side. Cloud9 now going to be grabbing themselves some AKs as well. But at first, we have to get through these pistol rounds. Let's get into it. Let's see if Cloud9 can continue this lead or if TyLoo will start to claw it back.
Well, this pistol's going to be pivotal if TyLoo want a chance of bringing this one back to a 9-9 scoreline. And obviously, if it does become equalized, then suddenly these buy rounds have so much weight to them. But it will be the season investment here for Accurate. Actually, as the CZ smoke, usually we see the diffuse kit smoke by, but actually it's going to be Captain Mo with the double flashbang and smoke as well. Heavy stack towards the Alpha bomb site from TyLoo. As they're going to be anticipating a play towards A, but all it takes from Cloud9 is to spud out the stack essentially. But not if TyLoo can hide and hunker in towards this A site and not be seen and spotted and give away the stack towards A.
Well, here comes the play as they want to try and hit them fast and go large and in charge. But let's see if they can capitalize and pin where it hurts. Captain Mo with the first, but Stewie fires back through. It's all on Mo to really mow them down. DD comes back into effect though, trade for trade, but Mo's got free and he's going to be looking for a fourth. BNTet to support as well. 50 seconds left on the clock, automatic. The only troublesome terrorist alive and kicking. Finds the head of BNTet and lops it off in seconds. Upgrades to a USP as well. He's got range to work with, but he goes down. Captain Mo with 4 on the first round for TyLoo.
We've got a game on our hands now, Jack. Pistols go 1 for 1. Bomb not being planted as well for Cloud9, which means this can definitely set up the narrative of the 9-9 scoreline. Typically, if the bomb's planted, as we saw in the first half, the Ts can save one round. They have the AK buy into the next one, but instead, if Cloud9 lose the force by Jack, we see a 9-8 scoreline. They're forced onto an eco, and that could set up the 9-9 scoreline. But tags come with a scout. Actually, is that? Yeah,
there was
the
a double
comes through. Yeah. So Accurate there with the Collat scout. We'll tag down 2 players to diminished health bars. So this is already going in favor here of TyLoo.
Yeah, 2 Ts with 1 stone. DD as well, going to find 2 of his own as he fires through with the Famous. Now it's just automatic Stewie and Skadoodle left, but automatic and Stewie rather, so low. So they're not going to have much health. They're looking a bit green around the gills as they split up as well. 2 towards the A site, with Stewie making a play over at B. If you can try and force a rotate potentially to allow Cloud9 to at the very least get a bomb plant on the A site, that would be ideal.
That would be ideal. Would you look at that from DD? As he will find one, but eventually gets traded out here as we go 4-2. And actually, Stewie low HP as well has a scout to work with. But 2 players still towards the B bomb site here for TyLoo. Accurate with the scout, lands a tag as well. So both these players onto such low HP as they line up, and it's a second collap coming out from the new addition to TyLoo. 9-8. Another Falika going to be on the cards now for Cloud9 going into round number 18. This is going to be intense, Jack, going into the buy rounds here if we do see the equalized scoreline.
Yeah, obviously actually looking very effective there. Smart play across the board. Now continuing on. This is going to be that equalized scoreline. They're going to keep the game competitive. TyLoo on that CT side as well. It's going to lend into the fact that all of them can be deadly aimers. They're very effective at holding angles. They can work a lot like sentry guns. You push towards them and they're just going to spray you down, Snots. But here comes the aggression, active push from DD. He gets left on the worst side of the fence though, as he does take a heavy hit, but Accurate finds a frag once more with a scout as he takes down Stewie.
Oh, somebody spotted out towards Vietnam. We'll actually find 2 frags there. The Enter chimes in, gets the extra 2 additional kills, finishes off the rest of Cloud9 as we go to the 9-9 scoreline as we head into round number 19 as well. Buys for both teams, and how is the TyLoo one going to shape up to look? Obviously, we saw a plethora of submachine guns and SMGs for TyLoo in the former round, and are they going to swap out the SMGs for more firepower? Or are they going to keep the confidence and stick onto those SMGs as they... Oh no, they have actually swapped out the MP9. So BNTet disregards that, fully invests into the M4. They will actually be keeping the UMP there for somebody. Diffuse kits across the board for TyLoo. Good utility as well, but will they be able to use it to the same effectiveness as we saw from C9?
Well, the utility already working out quite well for them to slow down the push. You've got the double Molotov as well to burn off those initial few seconds into the round. This is smart. You can see they're actually reading it correctly. Obviously, you get bottom gun under control with that utility. You then draw back off the other players because you know you can now hold it effectively, as they will start to reposition and further bolster up towards the A site and put pressure on the Ts if they do push in. It's going to be hard to topple that defense now with 4 members there.
Look at what Cloud9 are doing as well on the default. Passive play towards Banana. They let TyLoo waste their utility at the start of the round, and now they can take control of middle with a minute left on the clock, and they can go back towards Banana Jack when there's 40 seconds left, knowing that there's not going to be an abundance of grenades to hold them back if they do decide to commit towards the B-bomb site. They have Stewie2K holding towards T-spawn, and here we have it. They have mid control, and they can go back towards B if they want to, but instead you can see they land at the smokes. Smoke lands towards mini pit, but there's 4 players at the defense here for TyLoo. As the smokes come out, 30 seconds left, and the options are dwindling out for Cloud9. They have to commit towards A.
Well, 4 heads are going to be better than 3. Well, let's see if TyLoo will actually be able to connect their shots as this push gets ready. Working through their smoke, bobbing and weaving as they slowly and stealthily make their push round towards Arch side. Bientet is going to be the one to get the read on them. Here's the pitter-patter of their footsteps. They sprint round. He's going to just tiptoe out as well. Bientet could be the difference maker if he gets vision on them. There's a double kill. Doesn't know the read in the third, though, so Stewie is able to fire back through. As Automatic will get that kill. The bomb plant will go down as well now. It's obviously just left on Accurate. There's the smoke. Accurate going to have to try and work his way back into the site. It's just him remaining. He bounds in, but the acrobatic skills aren't going to work out for him. Automatic, he just completely defiles and finds both of those rounds, gets the kills coming through. 20 frags to his name. You can see why. Hot off the presses there as he just sprays with the AK and leaves him decimated.
Well, for a second there, I was worried for Cloud9. Not only did they have 4 players towards the A site, Cloud9 showing no presence towards Banana, which means they can leave Accurate alone towards B, have the addition of Bentet towards the A site. You saw the difference he made as well, able to shift through the smoke, have the drop on 2 of the players. Didn't expect a third, though. And into the 2 versus 2. Then into the 2 versus 1 as Bentet was caught off guard by the third player. We saw the AWP in a 1 versus 2. Not the scenario you really do favor that weapon in. As the tag pause comes out from Cloud9 as they understand the importance of this one. This game at the moment, Jack, is on a knife's edge for both teams. Cloud9 win this round. They force TyLoo onto Eco. They go 11-9 up. They force the Eco round, as I said just before. 12-9. You have a 3-round advantage, and you have grasp on this matchup in your favor. Conversely, on the flip side for TyLoo, look at the money for Cloud9. They've just won their first round in the second half. You can go for the harsh, full reset if you win this one. Get to 10-10. Force out a weak force buy from Cloud9. 11-10. Then an Eco. 12-10 could be the scoreline here for the Chinese and international squad of TyLoo. As this game, as I said before, could be anyone's game. As this round makes such a big difference for the remainder of this best of 1.
Well, Stewie going to be seeing if he can catch a whiff of anyone as he sniffs about towards the B site. Gets the first as the peek comes through from Stumbody as he takes him down. Smokes as well now. Tarek fast on the roam, but Bientet will peek through. Execute him with the M4, but he wants more. He's hungry for these frags. He has rotating support coming through as well. Stewie, elevated angle, but he misses the shot, but Skadoodle doesn't miss with the AK. Takes him down. Accurate is there. He's on the scene, but the Galil was too much as he gets overpowered by Rush, and the site has been taken. They don't have to commit to the plant just yet, though. They know they've got a minute to work with. No reason to be a man down. You can wait a second. Automatic now with a plant. You're in good positions here. You've just got to wait for the push to come towards you if TyLoo even want to try and gamble or go for this. Captain Mo is miles away. Cash isn't great. It's got to be the save.
Wow. Let's look at the money here as well for TyLoo. They're going to have the 1,400 round loss bonus now as they... Oh, sorry. Actually, they lost the last round, didn't they? 1,900 round loss bonus. So what's that? 2,200 now for Captain Mo. So 2,250. So they can afford a FAMAS. So what's that? 2 M4s. A FAMAS can be dropped over by Captain Mo. DD can drop over a UMP as well. We could be seeing a shotgun or a UMP from another player potentially, or a CZ maybe. So TyLoo can have a decent buy. I say decent because they have 3 rifles. There will be a massive and distinct lack of utility as well here for the CT side, and Well, if there's anything we've learned so far, Jack, CT side Inferno, lack of utility, doesn't really bode too well here for TyLoo.
Yeah, that's not going to be too great. Obviously, as well, it's the fact that even though when they have had that utility, C9 have been playing it very smart. They know, obviously, when to push, when not to. They know to run down that clock on the early few seconds of the round to not get tagged up and lose the edge by the nades that TyLoo have been using. This time around, they don't even have the option to do that, Snods. It's just going to be 2 smokes. You've got 1 Molotov, a HE, and a flash is all they've got between all 5 members of the TyLoo squad.
Well, bit of an awkward buy here from TyLoo, or lack of buy, should I say, is surprisingly, they save around the 2 rifles. As we see DD towards pit with one of the M4s, Captain Mo as well towards the A site with the second M4, so the idea behind that is you have both of the rifles together. Obviously, if Cloud9 go towards the B site, you save the 2 rifles. If Cloud9 go towards the A site, you have the best possible defense towards the A site with the 2 rifles you've saved. So there is a method behind that. As Cloud9 go for the mid take, but no one here, no resistance shown by TyLoo as they concede mid control. And now as they make their way back towards the B bomb site, could just be a ruse, a fake towards B, try and see if they can force some over rotations here from TyLoo.
Yeah, trying to lampoon them, essentially. Captain Mo, though, with a peek through, but boiler control has been held. An automatic will be able to repair that one. Finds the first frag, takes down Captain Mo. Falls to the 4 members of TyLoo now that are spread very thin. It's only going to be DD towards the A site, and Stewie will be looking on the hunt. Oh, strikes as well. Swift with the AK. Dominance coming through as the A site has been claimed. They can plant, move themselves into effective angles. Cloud9 looking like they're going to get themselves 12 rounds now on the board.
Both AKs taken out of the equation instantly. Obviously now for TyLoo, play for exit frags, try and not really diminish the economy for Cloud9 because the money's going to be soaring. They've won a few rounds in a row now and effectively, but try and find some exit frags and maybe salvage a weapon into the next round, Jack, because if they can save onto an AK, that relieves them of buying into an M4. They can use that money into utility, which obviously saves so much cash, and having extra utility in Inferno CT side is pivotal if you want to hold on to these sites. But Cloud9 not going to be making the overstep as the bomb does eventually expire. 12-9, and the storyline of the scoreline I predicted here, I said, if one of those teams win, we should be seeing 12 for the one that finds that victory, and we do indeed. As we head into round number 22, the buy's going to come out there for TyLoo on their CT side, a FAMAS for DD. Smoke HE grenade as well. 4 rifles and a distinct lack of orbs. As we only see one onto if we only see one onto Skadoodle on that T side.
Skadoodle as well. Let's see if he can actually try and get some early entries into this one. Try and open things up a little bit. Quite bold. Straight towards mid as well. Bomb on his back as he will try and find these initial frags, but Cloud9, they're on the hunt. They're feeling aggressive as a push will be coming through, developing towards the B bomb site. There's the Molotov as well. Somebody smoked down to try and get time off the clock if possible. Force them back as much as he can. They're still a heavy restricted in terms of utility. They don't have a nade over there. They've got no Molotovs. And they're running out of smokes as well.
Default here for Cloud9, leaving just Stewie alone towards the B-bomb site, hoping that someone from TyLoo gets a bit aggressive for some information, potentially oversteps and overfaces and gives away the advantage. Mid-control and mid-presence shown now by Cloud9 towards the A site, so they can leave automatic here. Obviously, we know automatic loves to be in that lurk position. Very good, very versatile, buys lonesome, very strong as an individual. As they make their way back towards the speed bomb site here, Jack. 45 seconds left. Somebody, no utility. Bente has a smoke, and if he deploys at the right time, oh, there's a gap in it. Can they try to exploit that? I'm not sure. This is awkward now for Cloud9. That smoke's going to fade, Jack, with 25 seconds left. And it leaves so much to be unanswered, as that smoke doesn't deter Cloud9 as they pin their grenades and they get ready for the fake, it seems.
Yeah, going to try and double bluff them here, obviously convince them it will be the full commit towards the B site, but in reality, they're going to strike against A and see if they can capitalize on this potential confusion on Cloud9. Pre-fire their angles, but that just gives Captain Mo an opportunity to strike DD on the site as well, with the FAMAS goes big in the round as he gets a double kill. Falls down to just 2 remaining terrorists, but Skadoodle aids Tarek as the bomb is down. They can now fall into some advantageous angles.
Skadoodle playing towards pit, has the AWP as well. Got to be wary of a position towards apartments. But 2 versus 2. No defuse gear here for the CT side as they take the long route around apartments, Jack. There simply might not be enough time anymore.
Yeah, this could be a struggle as the push comes through. They don't have a kit. You need to go. It has to be now. They can't dilly-dally. These shenanigans have caused them to lose the round. Skadoodle as well, as he just peels their lips back, Snods, flipping and flipping as he finds those frags. A hat-trick for him. And Cloud9, 13 rounds picked up.
Yeah, poor judgment there from somebody. Obviously, we saw how incredible he was towards apartments on the T side. With no defuse kit, goes for the shift walk all the way through apartments from second mid. Simply took too long. Bent had to wait for what seemed like ages towards quad for his teammate to back him up in that situation, leaving no room for error, no time on the clock as well to get the defuse in. As now we'll go 13-9 as the peak comes towards Banana.
Yeah, it doesn't work out though, obviously. Ran the risk, hoping to see if Captain Mo can get the early entries. If there is going to be anyone on the pistol rounds that can actually find that advantage, it would be Big Man Mo himself, but instead he's been taken down. As right now Cloud9 just slow it. All they need to do is hold their angles, wait for any potential pushes. They know they've got the advantage in terms of the range here. If a peak comes through, they're just going to finesse them out.
Minute 15 left on the clock. Cloud9 obviously having the 1-player advantage from Captain Mo's face at the top of Banana. 2 players playing a contact play. I imagine as soon as somebody shoots, the refrag should come in from his teammate.
CZ's looking good. They do find these first few frags. Need to continue on as well. Bienta already finding 1 kill. Forced to push because the Molotov going down. Skadoodle strikes. B site is completely open. There's a welcome mat there, but they don't know.
Great aggression here from DD. Has the cross if Cloud9 try to come back towards the A site as he is towards second mid, but instead they leave this B bomb site completely bare, anticipating the reformation back towards A essentially from Cloud9, but instead they go towards the B site. Smoke comes out towards CT, 30 seconds left, and there you have it. Just accurate left in the 1 versus 3. Actually, doesn't go down just yet, but the bomb is planted. The reface should come in soon. They know exactly where he is.
Accurate. He needs to try and get something out of this one as he's pushing through. Firing off pop shots with a P250, but he's going to be peaked from both angles. The 3-2-1 face. Skadoodle with a CZ as well. Just an easy spam into him, and they leave him lifeless on the ground. Into round number 24 now. Still 9 rounds for TyLoo. Cloud9 with 14. 1 away from guaranteeing them at the very least a safety net of overtime and forcing TyLoo in a situation where it has to be flawless from that point out. But this is probably the best buy we've seen on TyLoo in some time.
Yeah, let's break it down as well. All onto accurate, something we haven't really been seeing so far on the CT side. I believe they had it once in the first buy round when it was in the awkward 1 versus 2, but then again, it's the scenario you want with the AWP. They will be sending 3 players towards Banana at the beginning, but it seems like Cloud9 expect that. Flash comes in towards mid. DD finds 1 in a second as well. No trade frag found at a 5 versus 3.
DD with 2. Once more, the headshot comes through as well, as he's really going to cause a ruckus into this round. Somebody from the rear trying to take him down. Might tag him up, but he couldn't finish him off. They are going to be low and trapped, quaking in their boots. TyLoo as well. So much map control. They've swarmed around, and because of the deep push coming out here towards bottom Banana, Cloud9 are going to be gasping for air. Some breathing room needs to be achieved. Stewie wants to be the one to get it. Will he be able to out-AWP accurate? Not into this round. It's only Skadoodle left. A minute on the clock, but he's the only T alive.
There you have it. Accurate going to be landing that shot as well onto Skadoodle. 10-14 then for TyLoo, or should I say 10 for TyLoo and 14 now for C9, of course. Interesting, the play made sense. I'm trying to work out in my head as well, Jack, what the reasoning was, why Cloud9 knew there was 3 towards B. Was it the fact that they saw 2 Molotovs and a smoke at the same time? Was it because they heard the AWP shoot through the smoke as they heard, or saw, should I say, 2 Molotovs being dished out by TyLoo? Because they had a good read, they expected 2 towards the A side. They tried to pounce on the A side while it was supple, while it was weaker than usual. But of course, DD playing towards Arch, filling in for the position of 4 accurate. With the M4, no tread frag was found, but let's see if Cloud9 can have a resurgence and trade some of these kills. Or Doesn't connect the shot just yet as he is forced to fall just a little bit further back here. But minute 25 seconds left on the clock, and Banana could put control now going to be in favor of Cloud9.
Stewie wants to try and see if he can crush the defense towards the site. Early pre-fire to make his presence known. See if he can try and lack out there as the angle is being held. It's a bit cheeky from Accurate as well. He's risking it all for the gamble if they do push round. He needs to land that initial frag. Stewie been left behind as well to hold for the flank. The rest of the teammates going to converge towards A and get ready to go for the tree play.
Oh, contact face. And the flick is landed. 5 versus 4 here, smoke. And the Molotov coming towards under balcony as well, but instead TyLoo are forced back onto the default portion of the map. Off angle from Bienta though, finds one.
Bienta, he still needs more into the round. He wants to try and go massive, but he isn't allowed to. Skadoodle shuts him down, finds the frag with the AWP. The push coming around as well. Rush, he's going to be the catalyst to actually open up the play. They're going to focus towards in. If they tunnel vision in, the trades will come round. They can be hit from both sides. They're restricted as well. They're trapped towards close pit. Rush is the linchpin here, Snods.
Smoke comes out. Ooh, failed actually, so they won't be denying vision. Instead, the player's pick can see exactly where Rush is. Still alive though, but onto low HP.
Barely stays alive there, 7 HP. His teammates have fallen as well. The headshots come out from DD. Now they can aggress towards the bomb site. Unfortunately, it's just after the plant, but it's still around, and in glorious fashion as well. Bienta is the only casualty, so the rebuys aren't going to be too bad. Debating if they want to go for an AWP here as well, and they will grab it.
Yeah, at least the bomb was planted as well for Cloud9, so an injection of cash across the board, $800 per player. But I believe we have a pause coming in as well, and it is going to be from Cloud9, so that's the second pause for themselves so far. As it seems that they are starting to be a bit tested here. As TyLoo are finding their form, finding their footing into this matchup. Even into the last run as well, Accurate able to find the first frag towards B. Takes the frag onto onto Stewie. They know that there's no more players towards Banana, expecting the hit towards the A side. They can rotate the extra player over. 4 players towards the A side from TyLoo. Failed smoke from Rush as well, which gives all the information to the players in pit. So now for Cloud9, do they go for the force buy with the $4,000, $3,000-ish across the side of their economy, or do they go for the quasi-buy and potentially concede this one as well, Jack? Because if it goes 14 to 12, it could only be one buy round that separates these two teams. And this one does go down to the wire.
Storming their way up towards A. Tons of flashbangs. It looks like they might just try and go for the Campbell. Accurate as he finds that shot. That is brutal. Backing off as well, hungry for more, but Stewie with the CZ will be able to bring him down to a critical condition and then finish him off on the site. It's DD lying in wait to try and strike and dismember them. Captain Mo as well, assaulting them one by one. They crumble, and they will find that round. As TyLoo pick it up, getting ever closer now as well to actually getting back into an equal situation. Round 27, 12 rounds on the board for TyLoo. Cloud9 still with 14, but they get another buyout.
Yeah, what do Cloud9 need to do here? Obviously, they know Accurate plays aggressive towards Banana with the AWP. Do you have Skadoodle station up there? Maybe play passive, hope that Accurate gets aggressive and walks into his scope. Do they try and pounce on the AWP from Accurate? Do they go for a Banana control into a B execution, smoke CT, smoke coffin, Molotovs to emo, back boxes, flashbangs to render the AWP useless? Do they try and exploit the AWPs from TyLoo? But right now, Jack, I'm not sure if Cloud9 are going to be anticipating a double AWP setup from TyLoo. It's the first time we've seen it so far on the CT side. Actually, already they see spot 2 players, Accurate the first, but a fast trade.
Yeah, Captain Mo is able to trade it back though, Snod, so it's a 4 versus 3. The battle of attrition is going in their favor, and they can play these more defensive angles as well. They can back off, try and play for trades. Skadoodle. Looks like Tarek and him want to try and go for something cheeky, but they're struggling. They can't quite get it down. Finally, they get on top of each other's heads, but it's too little too late. And he's been striked upon. Captain Mo.
Dire scenes now from Cloud9 into this round. 2 versus 4. As into round number 27. I've got a minute left on the clock to work with. Bomb still towards middle. Tarek with the AWP as well and the AK for Stewie. Right now for Cloud9, they have to essentially bet on over faces from TyLoo. You can see they're going to go for the concept play now. As long as TyLoo hold and play entrenched into their positions onto the site. You can see they can play off contact. They have the crossfire from pit on towards the site. They can peek off contact, or they can overface Jack and give away the potential of the 13th here for TyLoo.
They push their way on the site, but they don't spot out DD. He gets the first frag. He gets Tarek low as well and is able to actually clean him out, takes him down. They saved the AWPs. They're still able to run the double AWP setup for completely free. 13 rounds on the board for TyLoo. They are 1 away from equalizing and getting themselves into a very good position.
Yeah, and the reason I said this is only one buy run separating these two teams, Jack, is look at the buy going to be coming out from Cloud9. Yes, it's 2 rounds, but only one of them are going to be backed behind a full set of Arsenal, AWPs, utility, and whatnot. On to the round loss bonus. They're going to go for the quasi-buy investment. CZ's, Kevlar, strong utility as well. You can see they're going in towards second mid. Most likely going to be an apartments burst on towards the A site if they can rush down and pounce on towards the A players. All it takes from TyLoo, though, is good positions on the site. Playing behind the boxes on default, playing towards mini pit, playing far back so they can't get rushed over.
Cloud9 set themselves up. As they do want to go for a classic take towards the A site. Use the smokes, use the flashbangs, block off line of sight, make it harder for TyLoo. Restrict the vision, force them to have to play angles that don't quite complement the style of CS they want to run. They get onto the site. Captimo's only finding tags. He can't actually convert this into a frag just yet, but he does get one. Takes down Rush. Stewie fires back through the P250. If he goes for the play to recover the weapon, he should fall short. As DD's able to stay alive for so long, he's just taking fights all over the gaff snods as he finds these headshots. Stewie takes him down, but the pistols are reigning supreme, and you've armed Stewie with a free M4. This could be match point, but it all comes down to Stewie. He's got a free K into the round. He's looking for 4. Somebody creeps up. He just needs to get close. Stewie doesn't know of his location just yet. A game of peekaboo, and somebody comes out on top. 14 rounds apiece. This is close.
14-14. It can't get any closer than this one, Jack, as we go into round number 29, the championship round, essentially. Even though this is only the best of 1, Jack, but this sets up the remainder of the groups, remember. This is the best of 1 that leads into the GSL best of 3 format. And you want to be having the best seeding essentially going into that, because top of the group, straight into semi-finals, 3rd, 2nd, into the quarters. These early best of 1s, Jack, are where the upset traps are laid, essentially. Teams like Avantgarde, TyLoo, Heroic, and whatnot are going to have a field day across these sorts of scenarios.
This is the thing. If you want to upset, it needed to be in the best of 1. Come in strong. You had to be hot off the press. Cloud9 starting to slow down. They need to reinvigorate themselves, Snods. Get their heads together, buck their ideas up, and deal some damage. But into this round, it's somebody with the entry as he finds a ferocious pick with the AWP there.
Cloud9 trying to fight fire with fire, essentially, as they flash through the banana smoke. Obviously, one of the strats we saw from TyLoo on their T side. Every single time the smoke was fading from C9, they'll flash through it, catching Automatic and Stewie off guard as they try their own set play. But the flash will actually force somebody to fall back on towards this B-bomb site. But a man deficit now for Cloud9, and how do they recalibrate themselves in this deficit scenario? Early smoke thrown out for TyLoo, so maybe if we see smokes thrown too early, potentially from TyLoo, Cloud9 could come back towards the B site if they anticipate a, well, lack of utility, essentially, from the players on B, from TyLoo. But let's see. Smoke being deployed towards Minipit, and Jack, as soon as the early smoke comes out from TyLoo, look at the instant reaction from Cloud9. They send a fake towards the A site, they try and sell a ruse, and now they're waiting patiently for these smokes to fade towards B before they pounce and take the B site as their all.
Bientep going to be playing anti-flash, listening out for audio cues as well. Somebody, he's going to be the one on the listen. They flick round so he isn't blind. The first frag goes the way of Skadoodle, but there's Bientep to just fire down from above and reign supreme with a hailstorm of bullets.
Oh, you have it as well, accurate with the AWP. Fast rotation in towards Ruin. Trying to see if he can turn this into the 3 versus 1, but doesn't want to overface and overstep and give the advantage back into C9.
Flashbang peek there, accurate. Scoping in, trying to clear these angles. It's a 3 versus 2, but they have to work together like a well-oiled machine. They need to just try and cut them down at this round. Skadoodle, he isn't peeking, he was just waiting for them to come towards him as he invites them in. Gets the first 2, it's all on accurate. Lands the no-scope, Skadoodle keeps them alive as they grab match point.
And our lifeline's been thrown out to C9. Skadoodle with the 1 versus 3. You can see the composure in his face as well. Acts like nothing just happened. And there you have it. Match point now for Cloud9. Heartbreaking scenario for TyLoo is, of course, is going to warrant the pause.
And already, that is the third pause now being used from Cloud9. Instantly off the back of that, you get yourself into this situation where at the very least you've got a safety net, but it's smart to see they're going to slow it down, talk about what they can adapt from this.
And what can they change? I mean, you saw, as soon as TyLoo dish out that last smoke towards B, with a minute left on the clock, instant reaction and a very good reaction from Cloud9, as expected when we saw that smoke deployed. One match point. And of course, with how dominant the latter portions have been of the CT side for TyLoo, they have the cash to fully invest into this round. But let's say fully invest, Jack. They are lacking the AWP here for Accurate.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Stars, we've been seeing them run that double up setup as much as possible because the economy has allowed it. They can't invest that much into it because they physically don't have the funds.
Well, think about how strong the AWPs were as well. First frag in the last round found towards Banana from somebody. And this time they're lacking the full abundance of firepower that is possible. As we go into round number 30, Cloud9 are going to try to get the job done in 30 rounds and try to get to 16 and not have the stress and pressure of overtime once that does occur. But Banana Control conceded here early for TyLoo. As we see a standard CT side setup here from the Chinese and international squad. 2 towards A, 3 towards B. Vice versa, sorry, 3 towards A, 2 towards B. Lack of Banana Control from TyLoo, and where is the rest of the aggression? They're going to be lacking early information. They've given up mid control as well from Accurate. They have no idea where Cloud9 are. It's very easy now for C9 to sell a fake onto TyLoo. You add on the pressure as well of the fact this is the round number 30. You factor in the fact that TyLoo have no early info towards Banana or towards mid. A simple smoke, flash, Molotov could be enough to over-rotate TyLoo and give Cloud9 their 16th.
Well, without those big green guns in commission, let's see if it's going to be the downfall of TyLoo. Accurate, up close and personal. Does it seem like he wanted to gamble to try and go for the play? Actually backs off. They would have heard that push as well, and you can see them as they try and develop into this. He falls short, didn't find the frag on automatic. This could be where things go wrong, but not if Captain Mo has something to say about it as he finds the first 2 frags, responds against this T-side push, and wants to keep them at bay. 20 seconds on the clock, Snods, it's now or never. Stewie with the HE, nades in towards Pit, blows Captain Mo out the server, DD fires back through with the M4, but he's not allowed to get any more. Somebody, he's in the rear. If he denies the plant, it could be the round. At the time, it's going to be awful. Arrives on the scene, but Snooey snaps his neck. 16-14, Cloud9 take the win, the full 30 rounds. They love to tease us, but they will